What's up guys, Wraec is here with a new video, and today we have to talk about something that really grinds my gears. And well, it is a hero, but it's not only one hero, but he's the prime example of that, so let's check it out. It is Azrael. Not really a very spectacular hero, never saw a lot of use aside from, well, like filling up teams in Shadow SL because he can revive, which is very nice. And he never even got a skin, so nothing too spectacular. I guess he's decent. One thing though that is quite insane, he's probably one of the heroes that is Tenant for the most other heroes and the most Transcendence heroes, and even our newest addition to the Transcendence hero lineup hasn't gotten away without having him added as Tenant for her, and he is Tenant for slot 3, and once again he's the only Tenant that we have for slot 3. You can see, well, you can't see, now you can see, there are no other options here, not even any grayed out heroes, like here for example, not there, here. There is another hero, and same for here, we have another hero. So slot 1 we also have 2 heroes that can be set, not so for, much for slot 3. Slot 3 once again only Azrael, and Azrael provides pretty bad stats. 620k attack isn't really a whole lot. The reason for that, of course, being he is an assassin, and assassins are the worst tenants that you can get in terms of providing attack. They provide a lot less attack actually than most other heroes. As you probably know, if you don't, on my Discord there's a nice channel called Tenant Calculations that you can check out, where Ica wrote a lot of good stuff on that. It's not going to be the topic of this video though. The tenants basically from the regular heroes, not from the Transcendence heroes. Transcendence heroes are different in that aspect. Provide stats basically based on their class. Ranger, warrior, mages are the best. And then we are followed by priest, and on the lowest tier we have the assassins. Assassins basically are the worst tenants, unless we're talking about Transcendence heroes, where each of them is basically different. So you really don't want to see Transcendence heroes. On the first slot we have a possibility to choose another one where we can use base Betty, which is a mage, so quite a good tenant. But on slot 3, once again, that's not the case, and you can already see it on this screenshot. It's the same for MFG, where they just also decided that we need Azrael as a tenant for no reason that I could figure out yet. It's just so that they add Azrael to that slot. And well, here we also only have the selection between an assassin and a priest, both of which, well, as we already heard, are not the best tenants. This is alright. If we check out DTV, assassin, and again it's Azrael, and we can click on Azrael to check out the tenant list, and we will see, well, aside from a few normal heroes, we see him for HHA, we see him for MFG, TBB, we see him for LDA, BQA, DTV, and PDE. 7 Transcendence heroes. Absolutely ridiculous if you ask me. I have no idea why DH thinks they need to balance heroes now with tenants, which is kind of weird. Because, well, of course, it limits the stats you can put on the heroes if the tenants are bad. Like, for example, MFG would have been so much better if he didn't start off with, I don't think he even had, yeah, of course he didn't. It's Natalia. Natalia was released after MFG. So he had G-Star in slot 1, he had Azrael in slot 2. Those are 2 assassins already. And then not the best Transcendence tenants as well. So 2 assassins there effectively eliminates like 1 million attack already. Like 1 million attack is already gone that you would have had if you maybe had some good warriors or mages or something as tenant. So that's pretty bad. And it was quite annoying to me actually. I feel like I can't get the most out of my hero and have to build Azrael again, because Azrael is now tenant for everything. Basically get a good Azrael copy, because base Azrael is now like, well, it's like tenant for everybody. And surprisingly enough, often he is like a choice. Like, for a lot of those heroes, they are tenant, but then they are like in slot 2. For example, Betty. You don't choose Betty here because there is a Transcendence hero. Transcendence heroes are always better, so you choose MFG. And, well, that's okay. But for Azrael, look at that. Azrael, slot 3 tenant, only choice here, only choice there. So for 2, we already have him as an only choice. Here I think he also was. Okay, here we have a Transcendence hero. He's not the only choice there. There, it's Tussilago or Azrael, which is only, well, Tussilago is only better here because she has a skin. If you don't have Tussilago, you will likely use Azrael, so he's a viable choice. Third hero where he's a viable choice. We have him here for, well, no reason really, but he is in there. Obviously on Transcendence Azrael, where it makes sense, he has slot 1. And we have Eloise there, which is nice. We can actually choose a good Tenant for Azrael. So like, for those heroes, he's already a Tenant. Was he for more? I think those were it. But right, it is super annoying. Like on DTV, which is one of the most meta heroes, you either use him or Tussilago, which are both bad. And then you have like MFG, which I would love to use. Like I want to use MFG again to do some massive Flame Shrine damage. Because I love this hero. Such a cool animation. And currently, he's on my account. He's just E5, not even V4. Horrible. But yeah, the point is I would really love to see some more ways of, or some different tenants and some more options for tenants. Some ideas from the community were already there. One of which I think Aika shared is to just make it so that we have the class or the faction there. So it's just use any shadow hero, use any assassin hero, which I heard more in the past, actually. In the past, people were always saying like, oh, now you need like a lot of heroes to actually fill those tenant spots. And people at that time didn't really have a lot of heroes when they released the first residences. Nowadays, people have a lot more heroes, at least on the endgame accounts. Like if you look at my account, quite a lot of E5s on there. Of course, if you're an early game, that's another topic when we check out my Amazon account. We struggle a bit with the tenants, obviously, but that's another thing. But that's something that would obviously help. But at least giving a few more options right at the release would be very nice. We have so many heroes that could be a tenant. Like even if you just go to Shadow, just add Horus. Horus is here, just add him in here as a tenant and people would be very happy. But like releasing a Transcendence hero and then just giving one option for a slot and not fixing that for like a long time. Like we have one option here, we have one option here, one option here. That's super annoying. That's super annoying, hardly flexible. You can't really adjust your lineups and like you're stuck there, and sometimes you can't even, like if you don't have a second DTV and you want to run DGN and DTV homeowner, well then you are kind of in a problematic situation. So that's the thing. And with the Azrael, it's just annoying because it provides so little stats. But for other heroes, it's the same. Honestly, with the DTV stuff, I have an SDGN. And obviously, I want to use it together with DTV. DTV is one of the top damage dealers. So, yeah. So, like, those single slots here are so bad. And, like, you can see on MFG that it isn't even resolved in any swift manner. Like, we have him now for 4 months or something. And, well, still only the only hero in this slot is Azrael. On HHA it was fixed a little bit sooner. You can see like next Transcendence here was MFG, so it was fixed a month later. He got like a G-Star in here, which is not a good tenant. They basically didn't help him. He still has Fiona, which is Priest, and then he has MFG, G-Star, which is Assassin, so that's still like, yeah, not really good. But like you need to scroll back to DTV to even see a second Transcendence hero. And mostly, well, for that slot, those are the next heroes of the same faction that are released. But it's not always the case. Like here, for example, you can see they used TBB and here they used MFG. So sometimes it's a bit random, actually. It's very random, actually. That's kind of weird. But it doesn't matter. So like, I would wish for a little bit more flexibility there. I think a lot of you guys would agree on that, especially if you have a smaller account. That can be kind of difficult. But that was just the topic for today. That was kind of annoying for me, that I thought about a little bit, and I thought I'd share those thoughts with you and hear about your opinions in the comments. Write me a comment, and now I'm eager to discuss this matter with you. And till then, I wish you guys a great day. I'll see us in the next one.